Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is going to be, I'm recording on my new camera. Hopefully the microphone that I have works. I have it attached to my little thingy, my little camera here, because I'm going to show you something. This is a very, hopefully educational and informative review, but I need to give you some background on it. Now, this is a video that is going to show you the difference between a real deck, an authentic deck, and a fake deck, so that you could be a little bit more aware. Now, here's the thing. We need to, as individuals, do our due diligence with finding authentic items in the world. Not just with, I mean, it's with everything, right? It's with every kind of product there is. However, my background is I grew up in a rather spiritual way. I was born into the world of spirituality, and I was raised in the world of spirituality. Tarot and oracle and all other sorts of things are tools that people like myself use to connect with our spiritual nature and our spirituality, to help find joy and clarity in our lives and help others to spark joy and clarity in their lives. I originally created this channel to help others, especially those who are new to the world of, let me just adjust my camera here, to the world of spirituality and learning tarot and oracle, to be aware of the impact that happens when you purchase a fake deck or a bootleg deck. People are faking things all the time, and yet there are inferior products all over the place. Pick a subject, right? Pick a topic. However, here's the thing. In the world of spirituality, there is energy, everything is energy, okay? And there's certain levels of energy and karmic energy that is involved with everything in this universe. For those of us who practice in this world of spirituality. And we use the term spirituality because it is a general statement. We all have our own practices, our own ways of doing things, and our own ways of practicing those certain aspects of spirituality. So the term spirituality is a general term that covers that realm, right? Now, when someone creates a deck, whether it's tarot or oracle or some sort of a deck that helps to learn, help grow, educate someone in the world of spirituality, it is used as a tool to grow, but there's a certain level of energy that's attached to that. Now, I know that I preach all the time on this channel because I created this channel to educate people on what the decks look like and how to spot a fake deck and how to see, how to connect with legitimate sites and legitimate places to purchase said original works, right? There are a great deal of independent artists that do not have the luxury of being having contracts with production companies that will produce and sell their creations. And they spent their hard-earned money and work very diligently and hard to create items that people use in their spiritual practices to help divine things, to help grow their own practices and lives. Those people out there that copy those people's works, whether they have contracts with big, whether those creators have big contracts with big production companies that will produce their items, much like people like Colette Baron Reed or, name one of the big ones, Kyle Gray, things of that nature, people of that nature. They have contracts with Hay House, Llewellyn, Sbarro, right, to produce all of their stuff, and they get royalties. But the independent artists don't have that luxury. Now, when bootleggers decide that they want to copy these artists' work and sell it at a hugely discounted rate, they create an inferior product, first of all. Secondly, it is theft. They're stealing somebody else's work. And I say that blatantly because they are not getting permission from those creators. They are not signing a contract with those creators. They are not giving royalties or residuals to those creators for the sale of those items. They are flat out stealing other people's work, taking all of the money for it. They are creating an inferior product. Now, the circumstance around that is tenfold, okay? And I'll give you some information. And this is all my opinion. I'm just some chick on YouTube, right? I highly encourage you to do your due diligence and do your research before you go out there and purchase a deck, because it is really running rampant and it hurts my heart. It really does. And being an artist and constantly covered in paint, cement, pigments, resin, you know, I have some pigment underneath my nails right now because I just got done doing some molds for some more paper towel holders and some candle holders. But it's a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of concentration and effort on the part of the creator. And that should be rewarded with positive recognition, understanding, influence, and respect. But these people who are stealing these artists' work are not generous people. They're selfish, and there is a level of karmic energy that is negative, that is attached to the things that they sell, that they have stolen blatantly from these artists. And it really hurts my heart. Now, here's the thing. I mean, there is nothing original in this universe, right? Um, that's why we have language. That's why we have math. That's why we have an understanding of quantum physics and whatnot. There are no original thoughts, but there are original perspectives unique to each individual, right? So we can take a piece of art or an idea and put our own understanding and perspective into it to make a creation of our own. But that's not what these people are doing. They're blatantly, wholeheartedly, unabashedly stealing other people's work, recreating it in an inferior way, and selling it for profit. And with that comes an attachment of negative karmic energy. Now, if you are practicing in a spiritual way, you will understand what I'm saying. By purchasing these fake decks and allowing them into your world and into your life and practicing your spiritual practices with those tools that have negative karma attached to them, you are welcoming that negative karma into your life, whether consciously or unconsciously. And the fact that there are so many people that are new to this way of life and don't have an understanding of that, it really concerns me and it hurts my heart, which is another reason why I started this channel, so that I could help others to learn and be aware, okay? I do deep dives and I have bought many fake decks so that I can express to you how frustrating it is and the negative energy. In the beginning of this channel, I had purchased a few fake decks and reviewed them, and they came with links to PDFs, which were photocopies of the original guidebook. And you could tell in those videos how frustrated I was. And I burned all those decks. And I promise you, after this review, I'm going to burn this fake deck as well. And then I'm going to sage my house, my yard, my mailbox, and I'm going to clear out all of the negative energy. I feel it now, and I haven't even opened the deck. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. And again, I urge you, please do your due diligence. But I'm going to show you the difference between a fake deck and a real deck. So this first deck, this is the Hidden Truth Oracle, and it's created by a small company that is independently owned, and they created this themselves, and they created their business themselves, and they're based out of, I want to say, Atlanta, Georgia. Very nice people. They have the only place that you can buy a brand new deck, an original deck from All Things Intuitive, is from allthingsintuitive.com, or they have their own All Things Intuitive store on Amazon. Now, here's the kicker to that. When you go on the Amazons, and I mean, I know that Amazon is really trusted, right? But here's the thing. Amazon doesn't sell their own products. It's a marketplace for independent sellers to sell on. So you want to make sure that when you go on Amazon, for instance, and look up the Hidden Truth Oracle by All Things Intuitive, that the seller is all things intuitive. Any other seller selling this deck on Amazon is going to sell you a fake deck. Now, a lot of people will look and they'll go, oh, I don't want to pay $30 for this deck. Oh, but it's being sold for $5 or $10 by this seller, this independent seller. And they don't look any further into that. You really should. Because I guarantee you that if somebody is selling a deck that is being sold at $30 or $40 by the original creator, and someone is selling it for $5, $10, that's a fake deck. Another big thing was, if you look at my review, I went on a rant and got on my soapbox with the Romance Angels Oracle deck. That has been out of print since 2017. And yet on Amazon, they're selling that deck left and right, and they're all bootleg decks. They're all unauthorized bootleg decks, and it is awful. You're welcoming that negative karma into your life. And there are plenty of people out there who are on YouTube using those oracles in their readings. And it makes me sad. So, the Hidden Truth Oracle. This particular deck is the fake deck. Okay? Let me just tip this a little bit. Hold on. Okay, there we go. This is the fake deck. This is the original. This is the deck that is the original deck from the original creator. First of all, and we're going to look down here, you can tell that the size is quite different, right? Look at how much bigger the original deck is, okay? Now, fake deck, real deck, okay? All things intuitive. The bottom of the deck, let me put my glasses on so I can read this. Contents, they copied this. And ironically, no part of this deck may be published or reproduced in any manner. Now, I seriously hope that All Things Intuitive sees this video and has an attorney sending a cease and desist letter for sure. The other side, see the difference? All Things Intuitive, nothing. Different font. The Hidden Truth Oracle, it says unlock the secrets on the original deck. Okay. So we have that. Now, here's the back of it. Real deck, fake deck. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This particular deck does not come with a guidebook because it doesn't need one, okay? However, there's a QR code, and I'm just going to unlock my thing and open up my pictures. And we are going to track this QR code, and it comes to this site. All of these decks, they have stolen from the original creators. Do you see all of these decks? All of these decks. Look. Okay, so I know that this tarot deck right here is It's Out of Hand tarot deck that is created by an independent artist and an independent creator. And she has her own Etsy store and she has her own website. And those are the only places you can get her Out of Hand deck. But here we go. Let's look at that. Digital guidebook. File can't be downloaded securely. Do you see what I'm trying to show you? Look at all of these decks. These people have stolen from the original creators. All of these decks. Now, let me also tell you, I promise you, I can guarantee you, look, there's 4 pages. I'm going to get out of this before it corrupts my phone. I promise you that if you see decks for sale on Wish, Temu, Alibaba, AliExpress, they are 100% fake. 100%. And you're going to get a crappy deck like this. Now, let's open these up. And I'm going to start with the fake deck. Let me start some sage. This is for my protection, for sure. And I have all my decks out. Okay. So I'm going to open both of these decks up. Okay. Let me just get my little knife out here. Now I have reviewed the original All Things Intuitive decks. I think I've reviewed 4 of them. One of them is no longer in print. And again, the only place you can get, there are only 2 places that you can get All Things Intuitive items, and that is from allthingsintuitive.com. I'll put their links below, and their Amazon store, okay? So, here we go. Again, no guidebook, right? And you may think that, oh yeah, there's no difference. That's because they copied the exact thing, right? They copied the exact deck. Now, obviously, this fake deck is much smaller, right? The font is a bit different. The the cardstock quality is inferior. And look at the back. Okay. Totally different, right? Totally different. This infuriates me because All Things Intuitive is an independent company that is run by owner-operators. They have worked very hard to build their reputation. This is a solid deck. This is far heavier than this. By far heavier than this. Okay? It has the copyright on every single card. Okay? And they copied it exactly. Right? Inferior. Look at that. And I will be burning this deck as soon as this is done. Okay? They copied it exactly. This cardstock is horrible. It's like paper. They copied it exactly. And I truly hope that All Things Intuitive sees this and tracks these people down. The person I bought it from on Mercari did not know that she had a fake deck. Or that's what she claims. And she said that she bought it on Amazon, and then she decided she wasn't interested in venturing into spirituality, so she never opened it. And she didn't return it, right? She only sold it for $10 plus shipping. I didn't pay for it because I had a Mercari coupon. So all I paid was the $7.99 for shipping. But I really think that she knew that this was a fake deck, personally. But she's an independent person who bought this off of Amazon, okay? Obviously, she did not buy it from the All Things Intuitive store on Amazon. She obviously bought it from a fake store, and unfortunately, the majority of these fake items are created in China. Because apparently they think that copyright laws don't apply to them. Or maybe they just have a different set of values. But copied it exactly. I promise you that All Things Intuitive did not authorize this. I promise you that All Things Intuitive probably was not aware that someone stole their stuff. Sad. Very sad. Now, here's the thing. If you want a smaller deck of this, buy the original one and cut it down to the size that you want it to be. Make it your own, right? But allowing this negative energy into your realm is only hurting you, right? There you go. Copied it exactly. This makes me sad. And I'm going to burn this deck, like I said, as soon as I get done with this video. And the wind dies down. It's a very windy day here in the high desert. I don't even care about that. I am going to say to this poor deck, and I am, hold on. Okay, and I am going to cleanse my area inside and out, and I'm also going to cleanse my mailbox. I don't want any negative energy to be attached to me, and I have my own rituals that I do for myself. And, you know, I just really hope that this is informative for you. The original deck will never have a QR code. And why would it? It doesn't come with a guidebook. It doesn't have a guidebook. It does not need a guidebook. Okay? As you can see, here is the UPC code. Here is the allthingsintuitive.com website. I will put the links in the description box below of the legitimate authorized places where you can get this deck and any of the All Things Intuitive decks that are original and authorized for sale and they're only for sale by All Things Intuitive. Now, I took this. I wasn't going to return this. First of all, it took me a month to get it. And secondly, I don't want them to resell this to somebody else who doesn't know that it's a fake deck. Okay. I think that one less fake deck in this world is, is worth the price that I paid for it. And I also saw this as an opportunity to show you the difference between a real deck and a fake deck. Okay. This is, something that is really out of control in this world. And I just really hope that when you get into something that is meant to help you to grow spiritually, as a human being, as a spiritual being, that you take it seriously and you put forth the effort to really make conscious decisions that are going to affect your life in a positive way and not in a negative way. Now, my beliefs are my beliefs alone. I can't speak for anybody else. We are all individuals and we all see things differently. That's what makes us individuals. That's what makes us human beings. However, if you have a similar set of understanding, of moral values, of ethical values, you will understand that this right here is theft and it is not right. Put yourself in the original creator's shoes. How would you feel if you worked so hard and so diligently to create something that would help bring joy and clarity to others who are like-minded individuals and want to grow with their understanding of their spirituality, their world around them, their connection to their souls and to spirit? And someone took that creation and bastardized it for profit, simply for profit. I promise you, these people who created this fake deck don't give a damn about spirituality. All they care about is the bottom line and whether or not they can make money off of someone else's hard work. I promise you that. And it makes me sick to my stomach. And that's why I started this channel, so that I could showcase original, authentic decks. Not every seller on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Mercari sells fake items, but there are a lot. I promise you, every single spiritual item, every single tarot and oracle deck that is on Wish, Temu, Alibaba, and AliExpress are 100% fake decks. Now, if you don't want to put the investments into authentic items that are for your spiritual growth, then perhaps spirituality is not something that you should embark on. And don't waste any money at all, because by buying fake decks because you think, oh, it's a bargain price and it's cheaper and I can learn this spirituality on a budget, all you're doing is inadvertently supplying fuel for these thieves, bootleggers, to continue their illegal activities. And you are welcoming in, inadvertently, that negative karma and that negative energy that is attached to those fake decks into your life. And that is going to impact you in a negative way. I promise you that. Promise you that. Now, not every deck that is created in China is fake, but a lot of them are. Not every seller on Amazon sells fake items, but a lot of them do. Not every seller on Etsy or eBay or Bonanza, Mercari, all of the other marketplaces, not all of them sell fake items, but a lot of them do. It is up to you as an individual to value yourself enough to do the research, the due diligence. Research that deck before you purchase it. Find out where that creator is selling the authorized decks. And when you're on the Amazons and the eBays, check out the sellers' profiles. Look at their reviews. See how many items they have had canceled or returned. Read the reviews. And really do your due diligence as to whether or not that item is real or not. Send messages to those sellers asking them pertinent questions. Look at the FAQs. Look at the seller's ratings. Look at all the other items they have in their stores. Okay? If someone is selling a bunch of random things and they only have a few decks for sale, but they have like 10 of them, you might want to ask some questions. If you're looking for spiritual items or items that are created by independent sellers, look up those independent sellers. I promise you they have their own Etsy store, or they have their own Amazon store, or they have their own website, Facebook page, Instagram. Check them out. Follow them. Learn as much as you can about those independent artists. I promise you, they have their own thing going on, and they will give you the information that you need. Much like the Moon Witch, which I will get. Here we go. The Moon Witch. Now, I happen to know that this is an independent artist. CosmicValeria.com. You can see right here. That is her website. She has a disclaimer on the front page of her website saying that people are making unauthorized copies of her deck. And, you know, she implores you to not buy those fake decks. This deck is expensive because it is a quality deck, okay? It is a quality deck. It comes in a solid box. It comes with a guidebook. And most decks, with the exception of decks like the Hidden Truth, that doesn't need a guidebook, most decks come with a paper guidebook. And if it doesn't come with a guidebook, that's a big question to ask. You really need to question, is this an authentic deck? If it doesn't come with a guidebook, but you've seen it with guidebooks, right? This is the original deck that I got from CosmicValeria.com. I purchased it from her website. You can learn all about her. She's a practicing witch. She is a healer, and she is a wonderful human being. And that is an original, authentic deck. And I love it. The fake deck is selling on Temu, Wish, for like $3. The original deck costs far more than that. So when people get the fake deck off of Temu for $3 and they see that it's inferior quality, it's tiny, small, comes in a little package just like this, they get upset and they start talking smack about the creator, right? It's inferior, it's poor cardstock, it's this and that and the other thing, and start saying negative things towards the creator. But the creator didn't create that fake deck. The scammer did. The thief did, right? This is what the original creator made, right? Solid, beautiful. And I highly encourage you to check out the Moon Witch review that I did on this channel. It's a beautiful deck, and I love it dearly. I think that it's magical, and I embrace it wholeheartedly, and I am so very proud to have it as part of my collection. There are multiple ways to see whether or not a deck is fake. But the bottom line here is that you have to do your due diligence. It is expensive to do anything, right? But when you see something that has to do with your growth, your spiritual enlightenment, your spiritual understanding, it is imperative that you invest the time and research for yourself and your well-being and your protection to make sure, because in spirituality, everything is energy. Everything is energy. That's what spirituality is based upon. Everything is energy. Do not welcome this negative energy into your life, even unwittingly. This is, it just makes me want to cry. It angers me and it hurts my heart so much that people have chosen to purposely do this, and they don't think for 1 second about the consequence. They think, oh, it's a victimless crime. It is not. It hurts people on an energetic level. It hurts the creator. It hurts the consumer that unwittingly buys these fake decks. And from a spiritual point of view, the people who purchase these fake decks unwittingly invite this negative energy into their lives, and then they wonder why their learning and their spiritual path is impeded somehow. And they don't understand why. This may be one of the reasons if you have purchased a fake deck. And it's sad, and I know that, look, I can't afford to buy things myself, but I do it because it's important to me. It is important to my spiritual growth to have the things in my life that I need, and that I am intuitively drawn to help me to grow and enrich my spiritual journey. And I will pay the price for it. Now, here's the thing. Legitimate sites like Llewellyn, Magic.com, other legitimate sites, legitimate sellers have sales all the time. All the time. Subscribe to their websites. And they'll send you an email saying, hey, we're having a 35% off sale. or we're offering free shipping this week, or whatever the case may be, right? Whatever they decide to put on sale. There are many decks. The original creator of the Salton Sea, where is it? The Salton Sea Energy deck. Now, they have an Etsy store. Okay, they have an Etsy store, and they have a listing for less than perfect, quote unquote, less than perfect decks for the Salton Sea Energy Oracle. And I think they sell this deck and maybe 2 or 3 other decks. That's all they have listed on their Etsy site. They're independent original artists. And I promise you, you're going to see this deck on Temu. It's a fake deck. But they sell damaged, quote unquote, damaged items or decks. And that's what this is, for a heavily discounted price. Now, it may be that there's going to be a ding in the package or the box that it was shipped in from the printer got damaged, and they're selling everything in the box it was shipped in for the discounted damaged price. Or maybe something was off print or something. This deck I got as a quote unquote damaged deck on their Etsy store for a discounted price. As you can see, it usually sells for $26.99. It's a beautiful deck. This is the original deck. I promise you, you'll see the fake deck on Temu, because I saw it on Temu. For like $3. It's a fake deck. It's a fake deck. The package looks a lot like this kind of package. As you can see, the original deck is a solid box, right? Okay, so that's why I do these reviews, and I review the legitimate decks so that you can get a really good look and feel. I do extensive reviews. If you are familiar with my channel, where I show you every single deck, I read from the guidebook if it's an Oracle deck. I try to remember to measure the cards. I don't always remember to measure the cards, but I try to always measure the cards and make sure that I give as much detail as I possibly can, so that you can have a thorough understanding of what the original deck looks like. So when you go to purchase it, and I always put the link to where I purchased that deck in the description box below that video, because I truly want, for those of you out there that are new to spirituality and don't know or understand what I'm speaking about when I say energetic, karmic energy and things of that nature, I promise you, as you grow in your spirituality, you will understand that. As you level up, you will start to understand that. I've lived this. I was born into this. I've lived it my entire life. I have a thorough understanding of it. Those who are just starting out on their spiritual journeys, they sit there and think, oh, well, it's just a cheap deck. It's no big deal. They don't understand the level of energy that is attached to this fake deck and all of the consequences that are surrounding it, that negative energy. And they're inviting it unwittingly into their homes. And that really concerns me, and it hurts my heart. And I know that I probably shouldn't be concerned about what other people do. And I understand that it's It's up to the individual. You choose to believe what you choose to believe. But it is my mission on this channel to help those who want to really grow spiritually and understand things on a deeper level, to be able to have the tools to do that, the proper tools, and to understand why I am always getting on my soapbox about the negative energy that is attached to these bootleg things. It is downright theft. All Things Intuitive is not getting the proper reward that they deserve for their creation. Someone has stolen their creation, as you can see, word from word, image by image. They made an inferior product and stamped in All Things Intuitive name on it, and is selling it as an original item, and it is not authentic at all in any way, shape, or form. The fact that they even copied the copyright and the trademark. That takes some balls right there. That takes some serious cojones. It's infuriating and disheartening and misleading. And it needs to stop. This is one of hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, of creators that are being ripped off like this every single day. And every single day, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people are purchasing these cheap fake decks and unknowingly welcoming that negative energy into their lives. And then they're wondering why this spiritual path is not working for them. This spiritual path is not connecting with them. This spiritual way of being is not helping them to grow or allow more positive influence in their lives, because they welcomed this negative energy into their lives and they don't realize it. And that makes me sad. And I hope and pray that you, at minimum, ask yourself, what is my spiritual growth worth? Am I willing to put the time and energy into proper research to make sure that I'm not getting ripped off? To make sure that what I'm getting is something that I want to welcome into my world. Is this a consequence that you're willing to pay? Because I guarantee you that $3 to $5 that you spent on that fake deck, that's going to cost you a lot more spiritually, energetically, than you ever thought the consequence would be. And it's going to hurt you so much more than it would if you purchased the authentic deck that was made with purposeful intention by creators who live in that spirituality, who practice that spirituality on a daily basis. I promise you, the people who create tarot decks and oracle decks practice their own spirituality with intention and purpose, and they create their tarot and oracle decks to help others on their spiritual journey with intention. And they put all of the positive energy that they possibly can into the things that they create. And when those things are stolen and recreated, it puts a darkness into this world that we need to snuff out. We need to snuff that out. It is something that is really misleading and hurtful for our growth, for us as a civilization, as a global civilization, as a human race, as powerful sentient beings, right? We need to be honest with each other, and we need to be truthful with each other, and continuing to fund these thieves, these scammers. Is only allowing that darkness to engulf us. And I hope that this is helpful for at least one person out there. If it helps one person out there, then this video was worth the effort of making. So I want to thank you for holding space for me today. And I hope that this has been enlightening and helpful for you. And I really hope that you do your due diligence and your research when you go out and look to purchase items that are meant for your spiritual growth. They're not random card games that have no meaning, okay? They are things that have been purposely created to help people on their spiritual journeys, to help them to connect with that spiritual side, with spirit, with those energies that help us to grow on a soul level. This isn't something that should be taken lightly. It really shouldn't. And if you are new to spirituality, before you spend that $3 on Temu for a fake deck, or spend that $10 on eBay or Amazon, do your due diligence. Save yourself that $3, that $5, that $10. If you don't want to spend the $20+ for the original deck, then you need to ask yourself, is this something that you really want to journey down? Or is this something that you want to dive into, but perhaps you need to maybe create a tarot savings jar, which is what I have. Or maybe look on the legitimate sites and sign up on Llewellyn Worldwide. And if you do that, they'll send you emails when they have their 35% off, 50% off sales that are original, authentic decks, that they have legitimate contracts with the original creators that they pay royalties to, and they do the production of the decks. They have a production company and printers that they have contracts with, and they have all of the legitimacy that there is, right? And you know, with that, you can purchase from Llewellyn.com with confidence that everything on their website is legitimate and authentic. And they do have sales. Save your ducats. Buy the authentic deck that you know was created with intention and positive energy and is going to allow the creator to be rewarded for their hard work, right? In a positive way. And that positive energy will keep flowing to you. It's all about karma, right? I hope this was educational for you. I hope that maybe you learned something from it. Or if you have any additional information that you want to share with others, put it in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day, and I will see you on the next video.